Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very, very well on what is Mother's Day. Well, it's Mother's Day in the UK. I don't know about the rest of the world. Does the rest of the world actually have mothers at all? I don't know. But it's Mother's Day here, so look after your old mums, because without them, you wouldn't be here. Anyway, folks, have you heard the news? Great news, earth-shattering news, massive news. Halloween's going to be a TV show. Yay! That's news, is it? That's news. That's what all these other YouTubers have been clamouring about. Massive news, massive Halloween updates. And all the fan forums and sites. Oh, wow, hallelujah. Haddonfield, hallelujah. Hail Haddonfield. News, you say? I knew about this back in October last year, October 2023, when that big deal was done between Malek Akkad and his trans international films company, which runs Halloween franchise, with Miramax. Miramax now have the rights to the TV show. Now, we knew this back in October, appropriately enough, Halloween time, last year. So what's the big hoo-ha right now? I woke up this morning, so my phone had messages on it from all over the globe. Have you heard the news? Oh, it's a big feature, Deadline. Oh, Deadline News has got it all. I have said article from Deadline right here. I will read it to you. But folks, there's no news here. It's basically nothing to see here. Move along, please. But you know, the Halloween Michael Myers mongs out there, they just lose their shit. There's something to talk about. Because my channel only talks about Michael Myers and Halloween, so I've got nothing else to say. So they'll leap on these things. I'm doing the same fucking thing now, aren't I? Hey, but I'm taking the piss. There's a big difference. And I love Halloween. You guys know this. I wouldn't have all this paraphernalia, would I, if I didn't love Halloween. I love Halloween the original, 78. I love Halloween 2. Yes, I'm one of those freaks that loves Halloween 2. And even more of a freak show, I love Halloween 3. I think it's fantastic. The rest of it can basically go fucking swivel. Halloween 4, yeah, I think I've reviewed it on the channel. I do have there's a couple of good moments in that and a great, fantastic soundtrack to it. And that shock where several Michael Myers seem to appear and you're like, I remember seeing that the flicks the first time, opening night, with Mrs. Kilt-Man as well, and my God, we were just going out in those days. We didn't know we were going to become Mr. and Mrs. Kilt-Man, but hey, you know, if I could turn back time, I'd do it all over again. But and then several Michael Myers appeared, and then you got the Shat and the mask, and you're surrounded by them. That was a great moment. In an otherwise rather mediocre, tepid movie. Then you got the Rob Zombie stuff, and look, I've banged on about this so many times in the past. Now, I do admire Rob Zombie for striking out and doing something different with the stalker slash genre and taking an iconic character, an iconic scenario, and breaking new ground. Yet it was divisive. Not everyone loved it, and the white trash, which you can't seem to leave alone, reared its ugly little snout again. But I still enjoy them for what they were, and I think they do stand apart from the rest of the franchise, but they are unique unto themselves. And then we got Blumhouse, which took up a similar deal with Malek Akkad and Trans International Films some years back, and made their trilogy with, have I got to say his name again? David Gordon Green. And look at you now! Ooh, look at you now! Exorcist believer. Exorcist wanker, more like. Yeah, goodbye, good riddance. Halloween 2018 had moments, but overall, I thought it was stupid, and the whole twist with Sartain was just ridiculous. Halloween Kills. God, Big John, Little John. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. And then Halloween Ends, which I will admit did strike out in a different direction. But it was shit. It was a shit direction and from a shit director. But there you go. That's my several penn'orth there, which I've mouthed off about these movies so many times now. But I do love Halloween. I do love Michael Myers. But for God's sake, do we need any more? Really? What are you going to do that's new? Rob Zombie's angle and the Sartain twist and Halloween Ends and Halloween 3 have gone off in different directions. Where else are you going to go? People, oh, we want more Michael Myers. Oh, go back and watch. You've got 13 movies to choose from. Go back and watch all of them. You know, it's just endless. The Mask, The Shape, the I know, the Stingers. I mean, the best thing we can hope for is that John Carpenter does the soundtracks to these TV episodes. So I'll read out what the apparent massive seismic news is from Haddonfield. Wow! From Deadline and from the guy from Miramax, who is a bit of a head honcho there. His name is something out of Harry Potter, Mark Helwig. Here's what he says. This is a Halloween TV series, a creative reset. This is the news which broke yesterday or overnight. Miramax Television in October last year signed a deal with Trancas to develop and co-produce a Halloween TV series, which is envisioned to potentially launch a cinematic universe spanning film and television. Miramax and Blumhouse collaborated with Trancas on a successful recent Halloween movie trilogy. That was in brackets, by the way, not sheriff bracket. See, I can throw these names in as well, you know. This is the quote. This is from Mark Helwig. We're on a fast track. It's a big priority for us. We've had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people, and I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing very soon. I'll come back to that. Helwig said, adding, we're hoping to lock down the creative team very soon. So the news is they still don't know what they're doing with this TV show that we knew we were going to get anyway. This is the massive update. This is the news that's going to, blow our socks off. What? I'll read it again. We're on a fast track. It's a big priority for us. We've had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people. And I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing very soon. In other words, they've got no fucking idea at all. They've got nothing. They haven't got a thing. They haven't got a creative team. They haven't got a writer, directors, cast. They've got nothing. Zip, nada, fuck all. And that is massive news. We're hoping to lock down the creative team very soon. Lock them down, yeah. What, are you bringing COVID back again, are you? Lockdown. Creative team, lock them in isolation. Come up with fantastic scripts that us studio execs will then doctor and rework and manipulate with wokeisms and all sorts of fucking hip new shit. Hip new shit. Okay, well, okay. And here's another tired old piece of bullshit which you hear all the time from franchise movies when they do a new one. They do an update, a sequel, a prequel, a sidequel, a reboot, a reimagining, or whatever you want to fucking call it. It's a big world, Helwig said of the 13-movie franchise. The most recent trilogy, culminating with Halloween Ends, provided a fitting conclusion to the story. So I don't think that is an opportunity to go off. His quotes are so bad. So I don't think that is an opportunity to go off the back of that. I'll condense that. In other words, yeah, spew off the Blumhouse, David Gordon Green trilogy. We're not going to touch that. That's done. That's a done deal. It's finished. We're doing something different. Yeah. So the series is going back to the Halloween franchise's origins. How many times have we heard this before? For every horror franchise, every fucking franchise going, we're going back to the origin, we're going back to the original. The Blumhouse stuff did that by ignoring Halloween 2 onwards and going back as a direct sequel to Halloween 78. Again, this is Hellwig quotation. The foundation of it is the original film. The John Carpenter movie, yeah, we know. The characters of that film, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on that much in recent film versions, or even in a number of them. What does that mean? And perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on that much in recent film versions, or even in a number of them. Hellwig said. He carries on. It's a creative reset completely and going back to the original film, as opposed to spinning out of any of the more recent film adaptations. What does any of that twisty, tonsil knackering bullshit actually mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means absolutely nothing. They haven't got any ideas, they haven't got a writer, they haven't got anybody involved in this at all. But they've had lots of talking sessions with very talented people. Talented people, you know. Talented, that's what they are. It's a fucking stalk and slash bloody franchise. The talent was way back in 1978 when John Carpenter created it. It's been done. We've been trickle-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is. Death is the continual recycling of a now age-old franchise. But okay, there's going to be a TV show. And every other person who's been talking about this has been putting over their speculations, their hypotheses of what could be, when you don't know what it's going to be, because even these people who are making it don't know what it's going to be. There's no fucking ideas, there's no foundation, no groundwork, no nothing. Nothing. No news. The foundation of it is the original film. So 1978, Halloween, John Carpenter. He reaffirms it, the John Carpenter movie. No fucking shit, Sherlock. The characters of that film, most of whom died, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on that much in recent film versions, or even in a number of them. So, you're going to focus on some people that we've seen but don't really know from Halloween 78. Who's that going to be then? Could it be the Judith, Michael Myers' sister, the Judith backstory? What do we need to know about Judith? She shags and gets sliced and diced by her brother. What do we need to know from before? What we need to know? Nothing. Nothing. She's dead. I'm not talking about Laurie. Oh God, we don't want any more. I don't want any more Strodes. I don't want Strodes. I'm sick of the Strodes. But one in particular, Laurie, you are awesome. Awesome. The best final girl ever. Well, I don't know. But one of the best final girls ever. Resilient, tough, virginal, but very moralistic was Halloween, of course. But outstanding in Halloween 78. Comatose in Halloween 2, which I still love for other reasons, not for her at all. And then she's fucking shit in everything ever since, especially the new trilogy. I want no more Laurie Strode. I'm fucking sick of Laurie Strode. God almighty. Annie, Linda, they're dead. Bob, dead. That's it. The guy in the pickup truck, dead. So who else can you focus on? Lindsay and Tommy Doyle. Evil dies tonight. What are you going to do with that? God, no, just flat out no. We need not any more of them whatsoever. Sheriff Brackett. Well, Sheriff Brackett we've seen again in Halloween 2. Charles Cyphers is awesome. I have to tell my wife before someone else does. I still a really potent and horribly haunting tragic line. Now, of course, you know Brad Dourif, who played him in the Rob Zombie Halloweens, gives when his daughter gets killed in Halloween 2. Oh my god, that death scene, and it's harrowing enough, the violence, but his reaction when he sees his daughter's mutilated body. Brad Dourif, oh god. Anyone that hates, Rob Zombie stuff, I urge you to watch that sequence. That is powerhouse stuff, genuine powerhouse stuff. It's not pleasant, it ain't pretty, but it's really, really incredibly visceral and emotive stuff from a really tremendous actor who's adored by genre fans, but pretty much ignored by mainstream audiences. But he's actually a really, really talented actor, and he gives it everything in that scene. Jesus Christ. But anyway, so who else have we got? Have we got the Gravedigger? Why don't you do it, goddamn kids? They'll do anything for Halloween, Whose grave is this? Judith Myers. What, are we going to get his backstory? Are we going to get the nosy fucking neighbour for Laurie? Are we going to get him? How about, who was the guy that gave Michael Myers driving lessons? I'd like to see that story. What is it going to be? Is it going to be Michael Myers, the Smiths Grove years? We've had that. We had that. Rob Zombie did that already. So, how long is the season going to be? I'm doing what everyone else is doing. Making conjectures now, out of fucking thin air. Is it going to be a long-running season? Is it going to be just several sort of mini-movies, maybe? Is Michael Myers going to be in it? Now, I am going to do what everyone else has done. But I'm going to do what I've seen no one else do so far. Because they've gone for like, oh, Judith Myers, maybe could we tell a bit more about her, a bit more about so-and-so, and like, oh, I don't know. Or is there a bunch of other kids that we only saw was passing the screen briefly, we're going to tell their story. If you're going to use Halloween 70 as your foundation stone, your starting point, well, and then forget Halloween 2, as too many people want to do, forget everything that came afterwards, and then strike out in a whole new direction. Halloween ends perfectly because he's been shot, he's fallen off a balcony, but his body's not there. And Loomis is like, and you hear the breathing, and the camera points out various places where he's been before, in the houses and the kill scenarios, meaning that the evil, he's gone. It's Halloween, and the evil, the bogeyman, is out there somewhere. So are you going to carry that on? So, right, the hunt for Michael Myers through the streets of Haddonfield. Yeah, we got the flashback, didn't we? Ooh, didn't we just, in Halloween Kills? No, it looks just like it was filmed in 1978. No, it fucking didn't. It did look good, but it... Funnily enough, everyone bangs on about James Duke Courtney as, have I got that name right? James Duke Courtney, David Gunn. I hate these fucking triple bloody names. Hate them. And my full name is Chris Tuffer Macadini. My middle name is Tuffer. Cheers, you all, by the way. Cheers. The guy in that flashback scene, which everyone loved so much, and it did look great, but I could be honest, it didn't look like they filmed it. It looks this like John Carpenter and Dean Cundy filmed this. It's just exactly the same. No, it fucking wasn't. It did look good, but it didn't look like it came from 78. Fuck's sake. But the guy in the mask, then the shape, moves way more like Dick Warlock in Halloween 2 than Nick Castle in Halloween. I'm just throwing it out there, and all you I'm better than you because I love Halloween more than you do, because that's all I live and breathe Halloween. Well, I've fucking done that, and I've moved on. I've grown a little bit more than that. I still love everything about Halloween, and that's why I watch Halloween and Halloween 2 and Halloween 3, and I might dip into other bits, but that's it. I've got no burning desire to go back to Haddonfield to retell a fucking story that we've seen so many times. But we're going back to the original. but we're going to show some other characters. Well, what other characters are you on about? Who are you talking about? So people that we haven't focused on before. You haven't got a clue. You, Mark Hellwig. You haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing. Quite clearly. You're a fucking studio exec. You know absolutely nothing. You haven't even found a creative team yet who you will bash into shape and put into lockdown. You know, fuck you. Are you going to build into Halloween 3? Oh, see, this is where everyone said. I said this back last year as well. Ooh, the whole development of the Silver Shamrock. We know that Carpenter thought, well, look, if I've got to do sequels to Halloween, then maybe you could do a Halloween movie sort of every other year. But it'd be an entirely different story set around the festival of Samhain, of Halloween. It could be in the past, it could be in the future, it could be any time. They haven't got to be Haddonfield, and they haven't got to be fucking Michael Myers either. But oh no, the fan, Michael Myers. Evil dies tonight, but we want him back again for tomorrow night. If that's okay with you. The avenues open to people creating a TV series are really huge. You could have, each episode could be an enclosed story. And in my heart of hearts, I feel that's probably how they're going to go. But I don't know. What do you make from that? Nothing. Because it's nothing news. Or will it be an ongoing hunt for Michael Myers after the events of the first movie? Oh, God. But I'll be honest, you know, I love the character. I love the entire scenario of the first Halloween and even the second one. And, you know, but I can endlessly go back and rewatch those. I don't need to have any backstories or, you know, oh, that guy in the shop there, the guy, what did he nick? Just a couple of masks and a couple of knives. Yeah. Do we want his story? Fuck off. Seriously? A bunch of characters that we didn't focus upon. I'm gonna read this bullshit again. We're on a fast track. It's a big priority for us. Meaning what? Are you gonna start filming it this year? You've got no one in place to even begin this project yet. We've had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people who I can't name because you'll just laugh. And I think this is what makes me laugh. And I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing very soon because we've got no idea right now. Nothing set, nothing in place, no fucking idea. We're hoping to lock down the creative team very soon. Oh, there's a bit of missed out. While the search for a writer is still ongoing, the idea for the TV series has already been identified. It's a big world, said Hellwig of the 13 movie franchise. So I don't think that it... Oh God, this doesn't make any sense. So I don't think that is an opportunity to go off the back of that. English clearly isn't his first fucking language. So the series is going back to the Halloween franchise's origins. Oh. The foundation of it is the original film. That's the John Carpenter one. The most successful independent movie ever made. Up until that point, and then for quite some time afterwards. The characters of that film, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on that much in recent film versions, or even in a number of them. Fucking what language are you trying to speak in? It's a creative reset, completely, and going back to the original film, as opposed to spinning out any of the more recent film adaptations. Actually, that made more sense when I read it that time. Well, just that last bit anyway. Fucking hell. I despair. I despair. Could be great. Oh, of course it could be great. Anything could be great. You know, you could have a triple heart bypass fucking operation and it could turn out, well, actually, I really enjoyed that. It wasn't what I expected. It was way better than I thought. And it was great. Anything could be great. But I am not getting, these big positive waves of, Michael Myers is back, and Haddonfield rules. Come on now, let's all move to Haddonfield. Oh dear. It's worth a laugh though, isn't it? I think it's worth a laugh anyway. And I will be the first to go like, my God, that first episode, wow, that blew me away. I don't want anything to fail. If I go off on a big rant about some of these things, well, it's justified, usually. I haven't seen any of this yet, but I'm taking the piss out of people that are like, wow, this is great news. What news have you got? None, nothing we didn't know last year, nothing. They haven't told you anything. We haven't got a creative team. Yay! Put that as your headline. We know nothing about this new Halloween TV show. We've got no writer, no director, no cast, no nothing, no premise, no concept, nothing. Oh, but we're going to use Halloween 1978 as our foundation. Everything in the Halloween universe is using that as its fucking foundation, you dickheads. Of course it is. It all began there with John Carpenter. Oh, God. I'm almost out of this shit, aren't I? Oh dear. But you know what? If whiskey is my franchise, do you know what? I think after this bottle here, which is Claymore, I might go back to the franchise roots and, where is it? And crack open a brand new bottle of grouse. Yay! See, I'm focusing on, well, it's not one of the characters I've not focused on in the past. I've massively made a big thing of this guy many, many times. But seriously, folks, look. Halloween is awesome. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go back and watch Halloween. Go back and watch Halloween 2. The Halloween thing. Watch whatever you want from it. But really, the biggest mistake, and we've seen this with so many movies, franchises, is we want to tell origin stories. We're going to explore these other characters. We don't want to explore these other characters. Why would you want to explore? Just that bit part player there. I want to know what makes him tick. Why was he there? What did he do after this? Who fucking cares? He wasn't created to be anyone of interest. He's just there. Husky Dog has arrived. You'll see a tail wagging. Well, possibly. She's right there. I'm going to show you. Husky Dog, rear end. But, note to self, stop manipulating the camera because it never goes back in the right place, does it? But yeah, Halloween. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Especially for those poor twats out there who's, well, my YouTube channel is just about Halloween, so all I talk about is Halloween. So if nothing happens, I've got nothing to talk about. Oh, fuck off. I don't care. You made your bed, you fucking lie in it. If that's all you've got to fucking give to the world, then Halloween it out. Pimp out your Haddonfield hype as much as you want. Husky slurpage there, which inspires me to my own slurpage. And the washing's done as well. So, anyway, look, this could turn out to be great, and I will be genuinely honest and say, like, look, oh my God, this blew me away. This was far better than I thought, and wow. And I will be reviewing it, I'll be discussing it, I will talk at length. As long as my husky doesn't choke to death. She drinks the water down too quickly. And then go on your way, go on. I will be the first to sing its praises, if it's worth it. If it isn't, I'll have some fun ripping the piss out of it as well. But guys, look, it's all done in fun and jest. But I can't get hyped about something which is nothing. I've just read you a bunch of nothing, which other people are going, massive updates. Fucking hell. If something major happens in your life, oh my God, how are you going to cope with that? Sad fucking dweebs. Ultra dweebs. Get a life. Says me. Says me. Big Liverpool game coming up in just a few minutes, so I better hurry along now. Cheers, y'all. I'll get loads more of that when it dips down. But yeah, so come on, Liverpool, come on. It was a bad day yesterday in the Rugby Six Nations. Oh God, Scotland lost against Italy. It's fucking Italy. Are you fucking kidding me? It was a great match, but we should have. And then Ireland lost against England. But then my spirits were uplifted by this great news. What news? I said this morning. What news? I shouted from the battlements of Kilt-Man. What news? As the messenger boys were dragging their ponies across from the other side of the moat. What news? I shouted. And he went, oh, Master Kilt-Man, Halloween news. Halloween, Haddonfield. Michael Myers is going to be in a big TV show. And I went, news, you say? News? I broke this news last year. What more details do you have? That's it, Master Kilt-Man. That's it. Fuck off. You know what I mean? And this guy, Mark Helwig. Go and brush up on your English. And, you know, these are quotes that if he said these out loud to someone, he could then go, oh, can I just see what I said? What did I say there? And like, oh, can I just reword that slightly? Fucking hell. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. That alone does not fill me with hope when you got studio execs who are as ignorant and as fucking stupid as that. Oh, I love a rant. I love a rant. And this really wasn't a rant. It's just me going, hey, you know, it's Mother's Day. And nothing speaks more about Mother's Day than Halloween! Believe it or not, someone has just sent me a message, because my phone has had this massive update where the entire operating system has been completely revamped. And now when I film videos, a phone call will come through and it tells me there's a phone call. It used to block them, so I wouldn't know there's a phone call coming through. It wouldn't happen. Wouldn't know about it until afterwards. But messages and people messaging me, I'm getting stuff coming up and you're not going to believe it. But I've got a message talking about Halloween TV show. It's popped up there. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Anyway, folks, I have been a Wish I'm a Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever Michael Myers, Haddonfield rules, TV show, didn't you know? Yeah, we've known for fucking months. In between time. Please keep it kilted, and I'm going to see you all. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. Could we get a Sam Loomis backstory? Maybe some other patients he's been dealing with? That wouldn't be so bad, except we know that he was obsessed with Michael Myers. He wouldn't give a shit about any other bloody patients at all. He's got no patience for those other patients. Inhumanly patient. Looking ahead to this night. I'm going. The match is starting. Ta-da!